My name is Deneen Matsuda, and I wanted to make a video today on what is the problem with math facts fluency time tests. I've talked about it many times on many different videos, but I wanted to just zero in on it this only one topic on time tests today. I gave them for years, the Mad Minute. I had multiple books of time tests, thinking that this was the best way for me to find out if my students knew their facts, all of the facts. And I even had students sometimes tell me, I don't like this. It makes me nervous. It makes me anxious. And I'm very ashamed to tell you that I even told a student one time, he's now in college. He's okay. I've asked for his forgiveness, but I said it's okay. This is good for you. Just power through. What was I thinking? I thought this was good for my students, but now through much research, I understand how it is not only helpful, it can be very harmful for students, and I want to address why. It's kind of ironic. This happened long ago. I was giving a math workshop on multiplication, and I went to my copy room to collect my handout of what I was going to say, and there was something else in the copy machine waiting that had already been printed, and you won't believe what it was. It was a set of time tests, and I just had to giggle at that. You know, I mean, we teachers, we think we're doing the best for our students, but we always need to keep learning and growing. So I'm going to give you 3 problems with time tests, and then I'll tell you how I assess whether they know their multiplication tables, because I teach 4th grade, and that is a big part of my teaching is learning strategies and how to know your multiplication and division facts. So the first one is that time tests for many students can cause math anxiety, and math anxiety can start as soon as kindergarten. And we know that once you have math anxiety, you have a really hard time healing that. And you can have a teacher who heals it for you, and then you have a negative experience and you go right back to having math anxiety again. It's kind of like the alcoholism of education. You know, you can be clean and sober, and then one drink can just put you back. And I don't say this lightly. Math anxiety is real, and if you're a teacher, you know that there are so many students who have it. 2, it teaches the myth that math success is the same as speed. And this is a dangerous notion. Our students see the students who finish quickly, turn in their papers, and they're done. And they're still plodding away. And they can make the assumption very easily, I'm slow, they're smart, I'm not smart, I'm not a math person. And that whole mindset can set up a student for all kinds of problems throughout their whole education with their philosophy, their beliefs in themselves. And for that reason alone, just that one reason alone would make me stay away from math time tests. And speed is not an indication of math success. Mathematicians, we know, are some of the slowest thinkers. I don't even praise my students for finishing anything first. I say it's you slow finishers that I want to really honor. I discourage them from trying to finish something and turn it in without even putting their name on it. I feel like those students aren't really even thinking. It's the ones that are struggling and thinking that's where the gold is. And then thirdly, math time tests give us very little information. Most students do the method of filling out the facts that they know first, right away. And then they'll go back, if there's still time, and fill in the ones that they didn't know right away. Well, now, How are they doing that? Are they skip counting? Are they using their fingers under the table? We don't know, because the time test only gives us a recorded answer. It doesn't give us their strategies. It gives us nothing. So even though we spent all this time on it, it gives us very little information. So I am going to tell you, I do not give time tests at all anymore. No more fluency time tests. Period. So how do I assess whether my students know their facts? Well, I simply ask them. Say, what's 9 times 7? What's 5 times 7? What is 7 times 8? I ask them the tricky ones. What is the answer? And then I know, do they know it rapidly without thinking? Do they have automaticity? Do they know it automatically? Or do they stumble? Do they have to think about it? And then when that happens, I get very excited, because then I watch what is their strategy. And I can see right then and there, are they skip counting? Are they using their fingers? And then I know that I can work with them on strategies of breaking the numbers apart. And I can do a whole video on that. I think that could be fun and helpful for us. But these are the reasons why time tests are not good for students, and what you can do instead. Now, yes, there are students who love them. They know their facts. They just love that feeling of getting a pencil and just being the first one done. And here's how I feel about that. Taking a time test for them is of no value. All it does is, feed their ego, really. I would much rather have them doing something else while I'm working with strategies with my students who need me, and have them doing higher level critical thinking. That is going to help them grow in their math skills, not just showing off that they know their times tests faster than anybody else, their times tables faster than anybody else. So I hope this will be helpful for you. Please feel free to share it with parents, because oftentimes parents think that time tests are important. Share it with other teachers. Share it with, if you're a parent, share it with another parent, so that we can all learn and grow together. I'll see you next week.
I'm Janine Matsuda, and this is my 4th grade class.
Don't forget to like,